Welcome back to your next ukulele lesson. Today we are going to be going through a song that is written by one of the most famous rock and roll bands of all time. Just in case you might not know it, let's listen to what it sounds like and then I'll play what I expect you to be able to play. Alright? 1, 2, 3, let's go. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Here we go. And that right there is Here Comes the Sun, one of the most famous songs of all time, written by the most famous rock band of all time, the Beatles. It might not sound like rock, but rock really encapsulates a huge array of different kinds of rock music. You got soft rock music, you got folk rock music, you got alternative rock music, metal rock music. It's a huge array. So this was one of those early rock songs. So our song structure is going to be verse 1, chorus 1. We're going to have a small little transition, but just keep that in mind. So verse 1, chorus 1, transition, bridge. After the bridge, we're just going to repeat. We're going to go verse 2, chorus 2, and then outro. All right? So verse 1, chorus 1, small transition, bridge. Verse 2, chorus 2, outro, and we're out of here. All right, so let's zoom into the uke and let's see how to play this thing. All right, so starting off, we're going to have a G chord. We know our G chord by now. Index, ring, middle on the second, third, and second of the C, E, and A string. And then we're going to have an easy C, which is literally just going to be nothing. All right, from the G string up until the E string. But sometimes we'll strum all of it to make that C6. That's the easiest chord in ukulele, C6. And then we're going to have a D major. Sometimes we'll be holding it the easy way, which is just the middle finger on the second fret of the C, ring finger on the second fret of the E, just those two. And sometimes we're going to hold the full version, which is just you can put your index finger on the top string, or you can flatten the ring finger, or you can put your middle, ring, and pinky all on the same second fret, the G, C, and E. And then the A string is open, all right? Give it that twist to get it there. And those are the chords we're going to use. And there's one more chord, an A7. We're going to have an index finger on the first fret of the C string. That makes A7. And sometimes we'll put our pinky on the third fret of the E string as well. Alright? And that's still an A7. So we'll have this one, we're gonna have this one, and sometimes we're even gonna have this one, which is now pinky on the fourth fret of the A string. So just be aware, one A7, another A7, another A7, alright? So let's get to the song. So our verse starts off like this. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Alright, then again. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Then we're into the chorus. So our verse is going to be pretty simple. We strum our G chord, and I'm only strumming it from the G up until the E string. Alright, right there. little darling. And then that little darling, I go from the bottom string, the A string, I go up to the E string, back to the A, but this time without my middle finger. And then I put my middle finger back. So little darling, to go. One, little darling. So you strum. Little darling. Then you strum again. So one, little darling, strum. It's been a. Therefore, it's been a. I just play the A string with middle finger there. Remove the middle finger and play it again. It's been. Then I come up to the E string, and that's why I say a. It's been a. All right. It's been a. Then go to easy C, long. And for long, I just strum without any fingers on my left hand from the G to the E string. Long, cold, lonely winter. All right. So long. It's been a long, cold. I put my ring finger on that G note, which is the third fret on the E string. Cold. Then low. Lone is going to be second fret on the A string with my middle finger, and I pull it off. I'm not going to play it again. I only play it once, then I pull it off. The left hand does the work that second time. Lonely. I come back to that G note for Lee. So long, cold, lonely winter. Alright? So that winter part doesn't necessarily follow the melody. Winter, it goes da 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 da. So the singer would be saying winter, and the ukulele player, guitar player, will be going da 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 da. So you can think of it as it's been a long, cold, lonely da 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 da. Alright, da 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 da. And that da 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 is I play an open E string, then I put both my fingers. You can hold the entire D, but I just like to use these two. The middle finger on the second fret of the C, ring finger right underneath. So da is nothing. Then I put them down, strum those two strings, da da. Then I remove my ring finger. Alright, da da da, da da da. Then I put it back on, da 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 da, da 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 da. Then I push it forward to the third fret where that G note is. Alright, that's just the ring finger doing the work. Da 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 da, da 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 da. So when my ring finger is on, I strum, up, down, up. I strum it there, take us back. So da 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 da, up, down, up. Alright, so from it's been a long, it's been a long, cold, lonely, da 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 da, up, down, up. Let's do that first part of the verse again. 3, go. Little darling, strum. It's been a long, cold, lonely, da 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 da, up, down, up. Little darling, just repeat that. So you strum. Little darling, strum. It feels like years. You do the exact same thing. So little darling, strum. It feels like years since it's. Now that since it's comes on the beat. Since it's middle finger on the second fret of the A, then nothing on the A string. Since it's. Alright? Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. So been, you play that G note. Been with your ring finger, then slide to play that easy D. Easy D is just the middle finger and the ring finger. Been here, down, down, up, down, up. Alright? Been here, down, down, up, down, up. You can hold the entire D or just that easy D if you want to for that strum. So, since it's been here, down, down, up, down, up. Then we get into our chorus, back on that G. So let's do that whole verse nice and slow. 3, go. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely, da da chorus. Now, when we do verse 2 and chorus 2, they're pretty much going to be exactly the same thing. So by learning one part, you've learned the other part, which means you've learned more than 50%. Sorta. After you learn the chorus. So, chorus 1. Here comes the sun. So I start by strumming from the G to the E. Here comes the sun. So here comes the is 2, 0, 2. Here comes the with my middle finger on the A string. Here comes the sun. Sun is that G note again with the ring finger on the 3rd fret of the E string. So strum. Here comes the sun. Strum again. Alright, notice how I'm still holding the whole chord as I'm playing those notes, mainly because I want that harmony. I don't want it to go, here comes the sun. Alright, I don't want it to sound like that. I want the harmony to affect the way the notes will sound. Here comes the sun, strum. Do, 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 do. It's the same as little darling, but just different words. Do, 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 do. So that's 2 on the A, 3 on the E, 0 on the A, and then back to the 2 on the A. Do, 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 do. Alright, up until there. Here comes the sun. Do, 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 do. Again. Here comes the sun. Do, 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 do. Then I strum nothing. Easy C from the G to the E string. Here comes the sun. So that's going to be. Here comes the same notes, 2, 0, 2 on the A. Here comes the sun. Then I go to this A7, index finger on the 1st fret of the C string, pinky on the 3rd fret of the E string. Okay, so here comes the sun, and I say is open E string, and I say is 2, pull off. And I say I is just 2 on the A string, pull off. Alright, pull off. Remember, if you play it and then you pull it off. The thumb does the work the first time, the ring finger does the work the second time. So, and I say, so strum, and I say, again, strum, and I say, one more time, strum, and I say, then back to G. It's alright. Alright, that's 2, 0, then up to the E string with the ring finger. It's alright. Let's try all of that in that chorus 1. 3, go. Strum. Here comes the sun. Strum. Do, 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 do. Strum nothing. Here comes the A7. And I say, back to G. It's alright. Make sure you memorize those notes with the melody because we're going to do it many times over, okay? So here we go. Here comes the sun. Strum. Do, 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 do. Nothing. Here comes the A7. And I say, back to G. It's alright. Alright, so after it's alright, we're going to do this riff. So that's not hard. I'm just going to take my ring finger. So it's alright. Ring finger goes from the 2nd on the C string and you slide to the 4. So, and after you slide, your middle finger will go on that G note, which is the 3rd fret of the E string. And you just play those 3 strings. The C after the slide, that G note over there, then the open A string. Then the second time, you just take your index finger, put on the 2nd fret of the C string, and you play the same 3 strings. So first move is the slide, second move, index finger, third move, just let go of the index finger. Keep the middle finger on. Alright, so first move, second move, third move. And you're always playing those 3 strings. Then you put your index finger back on. So, first move, second move, third move, fourth move, bringing that index finger back on. So, then we do a walk down, which is just 3, 2, 0 on the E string. Then I climb up to the 2nd fret of the C string. with my index finger. Alright, so ending, it's alright, the riff. Then you strum that G, and then this is the small transition part. Alright, so you just strum that G, and you do another little darling, then open E string, and then you hit that D. I prefer hitting the full D here, but even if you hit the easy one, it's okay, but just we don't want to have this one ringing out, the open G string. So try and strum it from the C string. Alright, but if you hold the full D, you can strum everything. But if you hold the partial D, strum it from the C string downwards, okay? So it goes, the riff, G, little darling, da jump, jump. Then we're into our bridge. Alright, so let's try that chorus again. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo, nothing. Here comes the A7, and I say, it's alright. Transition, D, D. Alright, so let's try everything up until the chorus, end of the chorus. 1, 2, 3, little darling. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely da 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 da. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Chorus, here comes the sun, doo 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 doo. Here comes the sun, and I say, it's alright. Transition. Alright, then once with that double D, we're gonna go for a bridge twice. We're gonna pick from the C string downwards, C, E, A. Alright, so D, D, C, E, A, which is 2, 2, 0 on this hand. Make sure you hear that 0. D, D, C, E, A. Then we begin this walk down. And it's not hard. So after that double D, we go to our first shape, which is this chord. Put our ring finger on the 3rd fret of the G, middle finger, 2nd fret of the C, index finger on the 1st fret of the E. It's like going downstairs, okay? And then we play the G, C, E. Alright? So for that D, we played C, E, A, but then we hold our first shape and we only play the strings we're holding. So it's G, C, E. Then we hold an F, which means we just take our middle finger up to the 2nd fret of the G string. So, ba-da-da, 2nd shape. And then we play nothing as our 3rd shape, that easy C. So, 1st shape, F is the 2nd shape, easy C, 3rd shape. Alright, so and then after we play that easy C, we play that E string one more time, then we come to the G. Alright, so it's like we're playing that E string twice. So do do da da da. Then we strum on G. Alright, so do do da sun, 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 here it comes. Then back to D. Da 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 sun, 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 here it comes. So slowly from the D. Da 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 sun, 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 here it comes. So that here it comes is where we double that E string. Here is that E string, it is the open G string, and then comes is that G string, is the G chord. Alright? So starting from that bridge. Do do da sun, 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 here it comes. Down, down, do do da sun, 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 here it comes. Do 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 do. Alright, then we take it to our next part. After we play that bridge twice, so sun, 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 here it comes. the D, one strike, and then the second strike is gonna be our build-up within the bridge. All right, so on the build we hit this easy D, we hit it once, then we start off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I take the note back and bring it back to where I was. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remove my ring finger to the 0 and then bring it back on. On the 6, remove 7, bring it on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's shape number 1. Shape number 2, I push my ring finger to the 3rd fret of the E, put my index finger on the 2nd fret of the C. So when I'm changing from that D to the next shape, I'm gonna have an and, because it's changing on the offbeat. So it's gonna be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Alright, so we're just changing on those ands. So if I take it from the first D, which is a strike, then I start 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Alright, so I change on that and to position 2, which is just like a G bow without the middle finger, and 1, and then I strum it again on 1. And 1 and 2 and 3. And then I do the same movement, but now I take it just back 1 fret. And 4. So and is going to be 2nd fret of the E string, and then back to where I was. So I'm just taking the note back and forward, okay? So it's going to be, hit the D, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Position number 3, keep that index finger where it is, pinky on the 5th fret of the E string, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Then again for that and 4, I'm going now to the 3rd fret of the E string, and 4, and then I come back to where I was. So always, once again, going back and bringing it back, alright? And 4. So slowly from the first D strike. So hit that D, D, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then I just keep my pinky where it is and my index finger where it is, but I put my middle finger on the 3rd fret of the A string, 1 and 2. Alright, so let me get that count for you. So D, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Alright, so and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. That's how we finish it. So for 3, 4, I just take my pinky down 1 string and I bring my middle finger up 1 string. So pinky will be on the 5th fret of the A string, middle finger will be on the 3rd fret of the E string. And I just hit them, and I want to make it snappy. So I hit and I cut it with my left hand. So hit, cut, hit. Alright, don't let it be. You want to be a little bit staccato, okay? So once again from that D, I was saying before that this was just D, then 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. Alright, it shouldn't be like that. It should be 1, 2, and then you start building on that 2. So 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Then back to our verse. Alright, so let's put that bridge together so far. So from that G, little darling, do-do-da, sun, 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 here it comes. D, D, pick, 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 sun, 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 here it comes. To the build, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. And then verse 2 is exactly the same as verse 1. Little darling, I feel that ice is slowly melting. Same thing. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. No difference whatsoever in that verse 2, just different words. Chorus 2. Here comes the sun. Do 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 do. Here's where it changes. After that, easy C. All right, we're gonna do. All right, so what I'm doing there is easy C. Here comes the sun. So I play a double stop, which means two strings at the same time, on the 7th fret of the E and A, and I go to the 5th fret of the E and A, and then back the 7. Here comes the. All right, here comes the. So I strum. Here comes the sun. Do 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 do. Then strum nothing. Here comes the sun. When I say sun, I'm holding that A7 with my index finger, but this time pinky is on the 4th fret of the A string. Sun. All right, so make sure you get that double stop. Makes it sound really nice. Here comes the sun, and I say, and is open E string, and I say move, pull off, play the 2nd fret on the A string, pull it off to nothing. Then bring it to your pinky to the 3rd fret of the E string. And I say. Then you strum it again. So. Here comes the sun. And I say. Here comes the sun. And I say. Then to G, the same as before. It's alright. The riff. Then I do another it's alright. It's alright. Then we're in our outro. So for that chorus 2, you repeat it's alright, alright? So let me do that chorus 2 again. Here comes the sun, strum. Do 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 do. The double stops. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. It's alright. But this, after I do that riff the 2nd time, I make sure I land on the C string with the middle finger. C string on the 2nd fret with my middle finger, so that I can finish with that outro, which is literally the bridge. So, sun, 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 here it comes. Then I finish it right there. Alright, so that part is middle finger on the C string on the 2nd fret to set up for the outro. Sun, 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 here it comes. No difference, just now we're ending there. So, do, do, da, do, do, da, da, here it comes. So that whole chorus 2, let's try it together. 3, go. Here comes the sun. It's alright. Again, it's alright. Finish it, set it up. Alright, let's try the whole song one time, really nice and slow. So remember, your structure is verse 1, chorus 1. Then we have our transition into our bridge, and at the end of that bridge is that build. Then we go verse 2, chorus 2, and then outro. All right? Let's go for it. 3, go. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely da 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 da. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, do 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 do. Here comes the sun, and I say it's double stops. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Outro. Sun, 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 here it comes. Alright, one more time, a regular speed. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely da 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 da. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, do 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 do. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Transition. Do do the sun, 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 here it comes. Sun, 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 here it comes. Build. 1 and 2, do 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 do. Verse 2. Little darling, I feel that ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun, do 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 do, double stops. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. It's alright. Outro. Sun, 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 here it comes. And that right there is Here Comes the Sun. Go listen to the original song, really good vibe song, and now you can be able to play it on the ukulele. This is a classic. Anywhere you go in the world, if you play this for someone, they will love it. And they'll ask you to play more songs. So make sure you don't forget the other songs you've done. And I'll see you next week for our next song. Bye for now.